What's going on? Welcome back to another episode of Topic of Discussion. I am your host, Miles Barron. Without further introduction, let's get right into it. This video is not going to be too long, but today's topic is POV. You know what POV stands for? Point of view. I chose this topic because we need to change our point of view on life and how we go throughout life. As our mind develops and we mature, we need to change our perspective and how we view things. Because if we view things in a negative way, our outlook on life is going to be negative. How we handle situations is going to be negative. So we need to change our outlook to change who we are inside. Let me run that back. We need to change who we are inside, and it's going to change our outlook. Again, we need to change who we are inside, and it's going to change our outlook, right? So if we change who we are, it's going to change our perspective towards certain things. So people might be going through relationship problems. You just got a relationship, maybe just got a divorce, dealing with loss in between jobs, and you can look at life for what it is and say, "Look, I'm struggling right now. And this is the worst position I've ever been in my life, and this and that, and this and that." And you can sit there and complain until you're blue in the face. But complaining is not going to get you out of the situation. But if you change your point of view, that can most certainly get you out of the situation because you're changing how you're looking at your situation, right? And you're always seeing the positive, even in negative times or even in down moments in your life. You choose to see the good in people, you choose to see the good in yourself, and you choose to see the good in things. So if you change your outlook on these things, you're going to change your life. So, for instance, maybe you're in between jobs and maybe it's a tough time right now. Bills are tight, money's tight. You're dealing with a relationship problem. You know, you're trying to keep a healthy relationship, but it's hard because money's tight. So you're trying to juggle all these things, and it's just hard, right? But you change your point of view on that and say, you know what? I'm just transitioning between jobs. I'm gonna continue to grow with my partner and be in a healthy relationship if this is what I want to be in. I'm not gonna look at the negatives, but I'm still gonna see the positive in myself along with everybody else around me. I see what life is going right now. I see where my life is heading. I see what's going on. But at the same time, I don't have to look at it in that way. I don't have to look at it in a negative way. I'm just transitioning. That's all I'm doing. I'm just transitioning to another job. And it all ties back in. Everything that I always speak about in these videos always ties together. Because if I change my outlook and say, you know what, I'm just in a transitioning stage and I'm not going to look at the negative, I'm going to have faith. Because remember, I walk is by faith and not by sight. So I'm going to have faith in this process. And I'm going to change my perspective. I'm going to change my outlook. Because one, I'm not going to stress and worry myself to death and put myself in the grave early because I'm stressing because I couldn't change my perspective or my point of view on how life was going right now. I know it's temporary. I know I'm going to get through it. So I need to change my perspective right now to see the good in everything. I said this before that everybody comes from different backgrounds. How we were raised, if you had an absent father or if you had a father that was in your life, if you came from a two-parent household, if you came from a single parent, everything is totally different. So your perspective is going to be different from the things that you've seen since you were a little kid and the things that you heard and how you develop throughout life. We come from two totally different backgrounds. That's dealing with friendships, relationships, just anybody that we encounter in life. So our perspective is going to be different. But if you can change your perspective, and when I say that, it's not always to say, you know what, you're right. No, but you can understand. And if you don't want to understand, you can surely listen to people's perspective because everybody's different. You know what I mean? Everybody's different. And you can't expect someone to understand your perspective right off the bat. That's why it takes time to learn people because you're understanding who they are. You're understanding why they think the way that they do. You know what I'm saying? I like you, but I want to understand you. I love you, but I want to understand you. And that's why I feel like relationships take time and people don't want to take time anymore. And I feel like that's why relationships are failing because they're not really getting to know their partner. They love the physical appearance of their partner and they might love the things that they might do, but at the same time, they didn't really get to understand their partner. So when it's time to make life decisions and decisions that can hinder the both of you guys, where you guys need understanding of each other, to sit down and have a conversation and you guys have to come up with some solution or some resolution or some solution that can benefit both of you guys, but at the same time it can only be one solution, and that takes listening, that takes understanding, and that takes compromising. And if you look around today, how many relationships are failing, how many people are getting divorces, how many people are not staying in a household together, You know what I'm saying? I feel like right now in this generation and how we're living, it's like everybody's cheating. Everybody wants to have two girlfriends. Everybody wants to have two guy friends or two boyfriends or a side dude and a main dude, a side girl and a main girl. You know what I'm saying? So everybody's trying to live this lifestyle, but at some point you're gonna really want someone to understand who you are. And that's why everybody's emotions are all over the place in my opinion, because they're missing something. So they're trying to fill that missing void inside themselves by trying to get a piece of everybody. But sometimes people don't understand that trying to get a piece of everybody is still not going to fulfill your puzzle. It's still not going to put your masterpiece together, because you're trying to create all these, take all these pieces from here, 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 and those weren't the pieces that you needed for your puzzle. So I want us to change our point of view just moving forward. And as we still develop our minds and develop our life over time, I want us to stop worrying about time. I want us to stop worrying about the things that we're going through and just change our perspective on things. See the good in everything and see the good in everybody, even when they don't see it themselves, you know? And again, if you don't want to understand someone, you can surely listen, because sometimes we're so quick to speak, but if you just take a little bit longer just to listen, that thought or that quick response you wanted to say, it might go away because you took more time to listen, so you understand what they're saying now. But you were quick to speak at first. That's why I say people should listen to understand and not respond. And it makes, in my opinion, a huge difference in relationships and friendships and a mother and son, a father and son, parents. Like, it makes a difference in every aspect of life. So we need to change our point of view moving forward, and it can help our life in so many different ways. And we will stop hindering ourselves from moving forward. We will stop hindering our development in life. So just take time. Just take time to learn who you are. Take time to change your perspective and take time to grow. Don't think it's too late to grow. Don't think, oh, I've been stuck in my ways so long and I don't know no other way. Well, maybe it's time for a change in your life, and maybe this is the change that you need to start looking at things from another perspective. So we got to stop looking at the glass half empty and start looking at the glass half full. And the quicker that we're able to change, the better our lives will be. But I'm not telling you this change has to be in an instant, or it has to be, overnight, or in a couple of days or a couple of weeks. Take your time with growing. But I just want you to be conscious of the change that you need to make in your life, right? So you can start to have victory in your life the way that you want. You can start to have success. You can start creating these healthy relationships, or rekindling these relationships that you want in your life, because you took time to develop and you took time to change. We're not perfect. I'm not perfect. Nobody's perfect. And the day that you think you're perfect, you're gonna think that you can do no wrong. And it's a lot of people that feel like they can't do no wrong. Or, I need XYZ, and you need to be XYZ, and you need to do this and you need to do that. I need a man that can do this. I need a woman that can do this. But what do you bring to the table? You know what I'm saying? That development within yourself can change everything. And just think about that. Again, I told you this video is not going to be too long, but I just want you to think about that and how we can develop into to be better for ourselves and better for the people around us. Topic of discussion, Miles Berry, we out.